Hello and welcome. This is Impactpreneur by Connecting Dreams Foundation SRCC chapter, which delves right into the depths of social entrepreneurship and the various aspects involved in it.
Hello and welcome. Today we see various content on various brand pages. They don't explicitly promote their product or service, but they post very engaging and creative content on the domain they work. For example, Zomato posts about food and not the restaurants. Similarly, Netflix posts about movies and series and does not promote the ones they have. Even though content marketing is not restricted to social media channels, we can see the competition that the content marketing has in today's world. Hence, to emphasize its importance and to dwell more into its specifics, we have with us on board Mr. Hardik Lashkari. He is the founder of Content Flavor and has been featured in reputed publications such as BBN Times, Youth Ki Awaaz, INC 42 Media, Your Story Media, and Tap Chief. We welcome you today on our podcast, sir. Without further delay, let's begin.
Yeah.
To get our viewers on board on the topic of content marketing, I would like you to explain the whole purview of content marketing very briefly.
Okay. So I think before we discuss content marketing, it is important to understand what does content mean. Because whenever I discuss to someone, people always misjudge the meaning of content also. Content is not just limited to long form text, which we see as articles or blogs today. Content is almost everything that you see around, right from social media copies to ad copies to visuals to videos to SMS to trolls to memes. Everything that comes under the ambit of some creativity has a pinch of content added to it. So first of all, people have to understand that content is not just restricted to long form posts or articles anymore. Then content marketing is all about distributing that content, because yes, we all know that content is the king, but unless and until you distribute it to the targeted audience, if people are not seeing it, your content is not going to perform. So to help your content reach to the targeted audience so that they can see, act and get informed, the entire process is called content marketing.
Great, great. Okay. So we have commonly heard that content marketing is good for your bottom line. So, what is your take on this statement?
When we say that content marketing is good for your bottom line, it means that you have to understand that marketing is at the core of everything you do today. So whatever the business you are into, whatever the startup that you are operating, even if you are a professional also, you have to market yourself in front of your targeted audience, because the competition is so bottleneck that if you're not marketing yourself, you're not going to survive. Content marketing, because content is at the core of any marketing strategy. That way content marketing will come wherever you want, wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you want content marketing to come or not, but content marketing will come everywhere. And
Okay.
just to add one more thing, yeah, as people say that content marketing is just restricted to digital channels or digital mediums, it is not right. Even the pamphlets that you see in your newspapers or the ads that you are seeing on the front or back pages of newspapers are also related to content marketing.
Yes, yes, great insight. Okay. So, like marketing is impossible without great content, and we see that great content is required in every branch of marketing, be it through online media channels, SEOs, online advertisements like PPCs, etc. So, how do you think content marketing stand out separately compared to these forms of marketing?
Um, if I were to, give a meaning in one line about content marketing does not sell. Content marketing, many people think that if we do content marketing, we are going to advertise in products and services. There, people have to understand that content marketing is different from advertising. While advertising is laser focused towards selling of products and services by telling their benefits and all, content marketing has nothing to do with selling directly. Content marketing is rather about educating, informing your audience, giving them information, solving their pain points, and making their lives easier. Once you do that, then obviously you build trust and credibility with your prospects, and that is where relationships are built. And then, of course, once relationships are built, people start buying.
Okay.
But content marketing does not start from selling products and services at all.
So, like, we are a social enterprise, as you know. So, what do you think would be the difference between the content released for the marketing of any normal enterprise and a social enterprise as ours?
Um, First things first, because content marketing is very much related to how you play with people, how you deal with people's emotions and all. So their content marketing is really important both for a normal enterprise as much as it is important for a social enterprise. But I believe for a social enterprise, because the level of emotions, the degree of emotions is much higher as compared to a normal enterprise. So obviously when you integrate more emotions, you you think of people's problems and then you create content around it. It helps a social enterprise also. And there, just to add one more thing, I think in content marketing, when we are doing it for a social enterprise, because we have been dealing with a couple of social enterprises lately, storytelling is something that comes at the core of your content and your marketing. You tell stories, you actually tell people how you are impacting them, what is the kind of impact that you are creating, and there you can differentiate a social enterprise from a very usual enterprise who's targeted towards profit.
Yes, yes. Also, like, social enterprises have a motive of impact over profit. So, how can this be used as an advantage considering the social impact that has a better reach to the audience?
See, as I mentioned, every one of us, before we buy product and services, we buy emotions, we buy feelings. So whether or not you're associated with profit, you are associated with emotions at the end of the day, because we are all humans and we are triggered by emotions. So if a social enterprise can create content that can trigger emotions, that can ignite emotions in anyone, you are going to do good job. You're going to meet your targets also. So it is all about triggering emotions, creating that sense of feeling and accomplishment and personal attachment with someone else, and then creating content according to how they want it to be. That's the whole target a social enterprise should achieve.
Yes, yes. So, considering the competition to get great content rolling through marketing, moment marketing, and creative content, there might be examples where two brands use the same ideas without knowing each other did the same. So, have you seen examples like these, and what would be your views on this?
I'm a fan of movement marketing, first of all, because I think that's the best marketing that brands can do right now. For example, yesterday was World Environment Day, and brands just came out all guns blazing to, share movement marketing and share about environment and all. There was this incident also that happened in Kerala a few days ago, which was very tragic and sad too. And brands even created content around it. So, for example, I saw a first a one page ad on the front page of the Hindu, where the Hindu mentioned that how humans have been doing all these kind of shedding activities with animals, but animals are going to come back one day. They are going to be more powerful. Nature is going to take the revenge. So I really love that. And then apart from that, I have to be a huge fan of what McDonald's and Burger King do, because they both are fierce competitors to each other, but still they use each other's name, and then also they create fabulous movement marketing. And Burger King always outperforms McDonald's at few aspects. So I'm a huge fan of movement marketing, just because it gives you better visibility also. It might create some controversies, but it takes care of the emotions of the people. And again, the thing is, people are emotional. So right now, say for example, this tragic incident with that elephant happened, people felt emotional. And then brands came out and brands created content around it and told people that yes, there has been something which is happening bad with the animals. So people could instantly connect with that particular incident. So it's all about emotions, and movement marketing actually helps you trigger those emotions even better.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Moment marketing does trigger emotions in the best way. Okay, so the final question. Can you share an incident or a situation that has taught you the most in the field of content marketing?
Okay, so The best incident has to be we were working, and since you belong to social enterprise, so you are definitely going to connect with it. We were working with a NGO who was working on girls related empowerment and their security and all. That was kind of the first project for content flavor also in the field of NGO. And again, we had to focus more on impact because we could not focus on profits. That was an NGO, so we had to focus on impact and all. The first thing that I learned over there is that even a word that you write for an NGO can trigger the emotions in front of people. So we created a story around Nirbhaya incident, then a couple of other incidents related to women's security and all. We even picked a couple of incidents from US and from Australia also. That actually evolved my team, and we became much more emotional, much more connected to the words also. And then when we brought that particular emotion into our copy, into our articles, into our visuals, etc., all people could also connect with it. And at the end, we actually helped about 1,000 girls get connected to this NGO. And right now, this NGO is helping a lot of girls in security and empowerment and girls like education and all. So that I think was one of the most satisfactory feeling for personally me as well as my company.
Great incident. So I think we have covered everything, and so we come to the end of today's session. We thank you for today's podcast, and I'm sure our listeners were engaged throughout the podcast. So,
Great to have. Thank you so much for having me, Yashasvi. It was nice speaking with you.
Thank you, sir. We wish you very well for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Hope you liked today's episode. Thank you, and stay tuned for more informative bites on the aspects of entrepreneurship by Connecting Dreams Foundation SRCC chapter.